What happens when two powerhouse voices collide in a way nobody expected? When respect turns to tension, and a simple interview becomes an unforgettable moment of raw emotion. Today we're breaking down the explosive clash between Chaka Khan and Jennifer Hudson that left everyone in the studio speechless. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below telling me what you think really went wrong here. Now let's dive in. The studio lights were bright as always, the audience buzzing with excitement. Jennifer Hudson's talk show had become known for its warm, personal interviews, and having Chaka Khan as a guest was supposed to be a celebration. The Queen of Funk, the woman with 10 Grammys, the voice that defined generations, sitting down with an Oscar and Grammy winner herself. This was supposed to be magic. Jennifer walked out to applause, that signature smile lighting up the stage. She was wearing a stunning emerald dress, her energy infectious as she waved to the crowd. The music faded and she took her seat, crossing her legs and looking directly into the camera. "We have got someone so incredibly special joining us today," Jennifer said, her voice full of warmth. "A legend, an icon, someone who has inspired me since I was a little girl singing in the church choir. Please welcome the one and only Chaka Khan." The audience erupted. Chaka walked out, and you could feel the power radiating from her. She was wearing all black, a flowing outfit that moved with her, her signature curls perfectly styled. She smiled, but there was something in her eyes, something careful. She waved to the crowd, took Jennifer's hand briefly, and sat down across from her. "Chaka, thank you so much for being here," Jennifer said, leaning forward with genuine enthusiasm. "I have been waiting for this moment. You have no idea how much your music has meant to me." "Thank you, sweetheart," Chaka said, her voice smooth but measured. "I appreciate that." Jennifer laughed. "That bubbly energy she's known for coming through, I mean it. When I was growing up, my mom would play your records non-stop. I'm through with love, sweet thing. I feel for you, all of it. You were the soundtrack to my childhood." Chaka nodded, a polite smile on her face. "That's beautiful. I'm glad the music reached you." There was a brief pause, just a second, but you could sense something. Jennifer didn't seem to notice. She pressed on, flipping through her note cards. "So I want to start by talking about your incredible career," Jennifer said. 50 years in this industry, Chaka. 50 years of giving us your gift. How does that feel?" Chaka shifted in her seat slightly. "It feels like work," she said, and there was a little edge to it. Just a hint. "It feels like dedication. It feels like something I've earned." Jennifer nodded enthusiastically. "Absolutely. Absolutely. And you have earned every bit of respect and recognition. I think what's so amazing is how you've influenced so many artists who came after you. I mean, I know I'm not the only one who looked up to you." "That's kind," Chaka said. Jennifer smiled wider. "It's the truth. You paved the way for so many of us. For me, for Beyoncé, for Mary J., for all these incredible women in music. We all stand on your shoulders, and that's when you could see it." Chaka's expression changed, just slightly. Her jaw tightened. She tilted her head. "Stand on my shoulders," Chaka repeated, her tone shifting. Jennifer didn't catch it. She was still riding that enthusiastic wave. "Yes, absolutely. The work you did, especially in the 70s and 80s, it opened doors. You made it possible for women like us to have careers, to be taken seriously as vocalists and performers." Chaka leaned back in her chair, her arms crossing loosely. "Jennifer, I appreciate what you're trying to say, but I need to stop you right there." The audience went quiet. You could feel the temperature in the room change. Jennifer's smile faltered just a bit. "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?" Jennifer asked, her voice still friendly but a little confused. "You're talking about me like I'm some relic from the past," Chaka said, her voice calm but firm. "Like my time is done, and I'm just here for you all to reference. That's not what this is." Jennifer's eyes widened. No, that's not what I meant at all. I was trying to honor you, to show respect." "By saying you stand on my shoulders?" Chaka asked, raising an eyebrow. "By making it sound like I'm a stepping stone?" Jennifer shook her head quickly. "Chaka, that's not how I meant it. That phrase, standing on shoulders, it's about respect. It's about acknowledging that you came first and you made the path easier for us." Chaka uncrossed her arms and leaned forward, her gaze intense. "But that's the thing, Jennifer. I didn't make the path easier. I fought for every single thing I have. And I'm still here. I'm still working. I'm not some foundation you built your career on. I'm a living, breathing artist who is still creating, still performing, still relevant. The tension was thick now. Jennifer glanced at her producers off camera, then back at Chaka. I understand that, and I absolutely see you as relevant. That's why you're here, am I? Chaka asked, her tone sharp. Or am I here so you can have a legendary guest? Someone you can point to and say, look who I got, look who sat down with me. Jennifer's face flushed slightly. Chaka, that's not fair. I invited you because I genuinely admire you. Because I wanted to have a real conversation. A real conversation, Chaka repeated, almost laughing, but not quite. Then let's have one. Let's not do this thing where you treat me like a museum piece. Let's not do the whole standing on shoulders narrative, because that's tired. That's what people say when they want to pay tribute without actually seeing you. Jennifer took a breath, trying to steady herself. I hear you. I really do. And I'm sorry if my words came across the wrong way. That was not my intention. Intentions don't always match impact, Chaka said, her voice softening just a little but still firm. You're a talented woman, Jennifer. You've got an incredible voice. You've won awards. You've done amazing things. But you're sitting here talking to me like I'm your elder, like I'm someone to be respectful to in that distant way. I don't need that kind of respect. I need you to talk to me like I'm your peer. Jennifer blinked. But you are my elder. I mean, not in a bad way, but you've been in the industry longer than I've been alive. Chaka's expression hardened again. And there it is. There what is? Jennifer asked, genuinely confused now. You just made it about age, Chaka said. You just made it about how long I've been around instead of what I'm still doing. That's the problem. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The audience was dead silent. A few people shifted uncomfortably in their seats. Jennifer looked down at her cards, then back up at Chaka. I don't know what to say, Jennifer admitted, her voice quieter now. I feel like everything I'm saying is coming out wrong. Maybe that's because you didn't prepare for an actual conversation, Chaka said. Maybe you prepared for an interview where you get to gush and I get to smile and we both pretend like everything is perfect. Jennifer's jaw tightened. You could see her trying to hold on to her composure. I prepared questions that I thought would honor you. Honor me by asking me about my new music, Chaka shot back. Honor me by asking what I'm working on now, not what I did 40 years ago. Honor me by treating me like an active artist, not a legend you can package up and put on a shelf. Jennifer nodded slowly. Okay, fair enough. What are you working on now? Chaka stared at her for a moment, then let out a long breath. See, now it feels forced. Now it feels like you're asking because I told you to, not because you actually care. Jennifer's frustration was starting to show. Chaka, I do care. I brought you on this show because I care. Did you listen to my last album? Chaka asked pointedly. Jennifer hesitated. Just for a second, but it was enough. I thought so, Chaka said, shaking her head. I've been busy, Jennifer said, a defensive edge creeping into her voice. I have a show to run, a career, a family, and I don't. Chaka asked, her eyebrows raising. You think I'm not busy? You think I'm just sitting around waiting for someone like you to call me a legend? Jennifer's eyes flashed. Someone like me? What does that mean? It means young, successful, in the spotlight right now, Chaka said. It means someone who thinks they can define my legacy because they've got a platform. I'm not trying to define anything, Jennifer said, her voice rising slightly. I'm trying to have a conversation. Then have it, Chaka said, matching her tone. Stop dancing around, stop being so polite, and actually talk to me. Jennifer stared at her, the frustration clear on her face now. The warmth from the beginning of the interview was gone, replaced by something raw and real and uncomfortable. Fine, Jennifer said, sitting up straighter. You want real. Let's be real. The air in the studio felt electric now, charged with something that made everyone sit forward in their seats. Jennifer Hudson had that look in her eyes, the one that said she was done tiptoeing around. Chaka Khan sat across from her, arms relaxed but posture straight, ready for whatever came next. You want real? Jennifer repeated, her voice steadier now. Okay, I think you came on this show already upset. I think you walked in here with something on your mind, and no matter what I said, it was going to be wrong. Chaka's eyebrows shot up. Excuse me. I'm just being honest, Jennifer said, spreading her hands. You're sitting here telling me I'm being disrespectful, that I'm treating you like a museum piece, but I don't think that's what this is really about. I think you're frustrated about something else, and I'm just the person in front of you." Chaka let out a sharp laugh, but there was no humor in it. "You think you know me? You think because you watched some interviews and listened to some songs, you understand what I'm feeling right now?" "No," Jennifer said firmly. "I don't claim to know you, but I know when someone is coming at me sideways, and that's what's happening here. I invited you with nothing but respect and admiration, and you've been on edge since you sat down. Maybe because I've done 1,000 interviews like this," Chaka said, her voice cutting. "Maybe because I'm tired of being treated like a nostalgia act. Maybe because every single time I sit down with someone from your generation, it's the same song and dance. Oh, Chaka, you're such a legend. Oh, Chaka, you inspired us all. Oh, Chaka, tell us about the old days. Nobody wants to know about now. Nobody wants to know what I think about music today, about the industry now, about where we're headed. They just want to package me up as this untouchable icon and move on." Jennifer shook her head. "That is not what I'm doing, isn't it?" Chaka challenged. "Look at your questions. Look at what you prepared. I'm willing to bet every single one of those cards in your hand is about my past." Jennifer glanced down at her notes, then back up. "Because your past is incredible. Because that's what people want to hear about." "That's what you think people want to hear about," Chaka corrected. "Because it's easier. Because it's safe. Because you don't have to engage with me as an artist who still has something to say." Jennifer's voice got firmer. "I engage with every guest who comes on this show. I prepare, I research, I care about the conversations I have. And maybe, just maybe, people do want to hear about your journey because it's inspiring, because it matters, because not everything has to be about right this second. But when it's always about the past, when it's never about the present." "That's a problem," Chaka said, leaning forward. "You don't see that because you're still in your moment. You're still the one everyone's talking about right now. But wait until you're my age. Wait until people start looking at you as this thing that happened instead of something that's happening. And then tell me how it feels." Jennifer's expression shifted, something softer, trying to break through the tension. "I get that. I do. And I'm sorry if this interview made you feel that way. But you're coming at me like I'm the enemy, and I'm not." "I never said you were the enemy," Chaka replied, "but you're part of a system that does this. You're part of an industry that loves to celebrate you when you're hot and then forgets about you the second you're not. And right now, you're benefiting from that system, so you don't see how it hurts." Jennifer bristled. "I've been counted out plenty of times. I've been underestimated, overlooked, told I wasn't enough. So don't sit there and act like I don't understand struggle. Your struggle is not my struggle," Chaka said flatly. "Your struggle is about breaking in. Mine is about staying visible after I've already proved everything. Those are two very different things." "But they're both valid," Jennifer countered, her voice rising slightly. "Just because they're different doesn't mean one matters more than the other." Chaka tilted her head, studying Jennifer. "You're defensive because you're attacking me," Jennifer said, frustration bleeding through. "I'm not attacking you," Chaka said, her tone sharp but controlled. "I'm being honest with you. There's a difference. If you can't handle honesty, then maybe we should end this right now." The audience gasped audibly. Jennifer's producer stood up off camera, clearly concerned, but Jennifer held up a hand without looking, signaling for them to stay back. Her eyes never left Chaka's. "I can handle honesty," Jennifer said slowly. "What I can't handle is someone coming on my show and disrespecting the effort I put into this effort," Chaka repeated, and there was that edge again. "You think effort is enough. You think because you tried, I'm supposed to be grateful." "I think basic respect goes both ways," Jennifer said, her voice firm. "I think if you had an issue with how you were going to be interviewed, you should have said something before you came out here. I think if you wanted to talk about your new music so badly, you could have mentioned it instead of waiting for me to guess what you wanted." Chaka's eyes flashed. "So now it's my responsibility to manage your interview." "It's your responsibility to communicate," Jennifer shot back. "I'm not a mind reader. I can't know what's bothering you if you don't tell me." "I did tell you," Chaka said, her voice getting louder. "I've been telling you since we started. I told you I don't want to be treated like a stepping stone. I told you I'm still here, still working, but you keep defending yourself instead of listening." "Because you're not giving me a chance," Jennifer said. her own volume matching Chaka's. Every single thing I say, you twist it into something negative. How am I supposed to have a conversation with someone who's already decided I'm the problem? Chaka stood up suddenly, and the entire studio seemed to freeze. Jennifer's eyes widened, her mouth opening slightly in shock. The audience was completely silent, every person holding their breath. Maybe I am deciding you're the problem, Chaka said, looking down at Jennifer. Maybe that's because you are. Not just you, but everyone like you who thinks they can honor me by putting me in a box. Everyone who thinks a compliment is enough. Everyone who wants the glory of my name on their show without actually doing the work to understand me. Jennifer stood up too, facing Chaka directly now. I did the work. I studied your career. I know your discography. I know your achievements. What more do you want from me? I want you to see me, Chaka said, her voice dropping lower, more intense. Not my resume, not my awards, not my years in the industry, me. The woman standing in front of you right now, can you do that? Jennifer stared at her, and for a moment, something passed between them. Something real and raw and complicated. Jennifer's expression softened just a fraction. I'm trying, Jennifer said quietly. Try harder, Chaka said. They stood there, two powerful women, neither backing down. The audience was transfixed, cameras still rolling, capturing every second of this unscripted, unfiltered moment. Jennifer took a breath. What do you want me to ask you, Chaka? Really, what question do you want me to ask? Chaka was quiet for a long moment, and you could see something working behind her eyes. Ask me what scares me. Jennifer blinked, surprised. What? You heard me, Chaka said. Everyone wants to know about the triumphs, the highs, the glory. Nobody wants to know about the fear. So ask me, what scares me? Jennifer hesitated, then nodded slowly. They both sat back down, the energy shifting into something different, something deeper. Okay, Jennifer said, her voice softer now. Chaka, what scares you? Chaka looked directly into her eyes. Being forgotten. Not for my music, because I know the music will last. But being forgotten as a person. Being reduced to a name people drop when they want to sound knowledgeable. Being someone people respect from a distance, but never actually connect with. That terrifies me. Jennifer's expression changed completely. The defensiveness melted away, replaced by something genuine. I didn't know that. How could you? Chaka said, her voice losing some of its edge. You didn't ask. You assumed. Everyone assumes that because I'm Chaka Khan, because I've had this incredible career, that I'm somehow above those fears. But I'm not. I'm human. I'm a woman who's given everything to this art form, and I'm watching the world change around me, and sometimes I wonder if there's still a place for me in it. Jennifer's eyes glistened slightly. There absolutely is, Chaka asked, and the vulnerability in her voice was striking. Or is there just a place for the idea of me, the legend, the icon, the inspiration? But what about the real me? The one who still has things to say, who still wants to create, who still wants to matter in a tangible way. Jennifer reached across the space between them, her hand extended. You do matter. You matter so much. Chaka looked at her hand, but didn't take it. Words are easy, Jennifer. It's the actions that count. It's the industry that books me for tribute shows, but not for festivals. It's the radio stations that play my old hits, but won't touch my new music. It's the interviews that focus on yesterday instead of tomorrow. That's what tells me whether I matter or not. Jennifer pulled her hand back slowly. I hear you. I really do. And maybe I came into this interview with the wrong approach. Maybe I was so focused on honoring your legacy that I forgot to honor you. Maybe, Chaka said, and there was a slight softening in her posture. Can we start over? Jennifer asked, and there was real hope in her voice. Chaka studied her for a long moment, then shook her head slightly. I don't think we can. I think the damage is done. Jennifer's face fell. Chaka, please. It's not about you personally, Chaka said, standing up again. It's about what this represents. It's about the fact that even when I speak up, even when I tell you exactly what the problem is, the response is to try to smooth it over and keep going. Like my discomfort is just a bump in the road instead of something worth really examining. Jennifer stood up again, her hands raised in a gesture that was half surrender, half plea. Chaka, what do you want from me? Tell me what you need right now, in this moment, and I'll do it. Chaka turned to face her fully, and there was something in her expression that was both tired and resolute. I need you to understand that this isn't just about this interview. This is about every interview. This is about a whole generation of artists who came after me, who benefit from what I built, and who don't even realize they're participating in my erasure. Jennifer repeated, and you could hear the emotion in her voice. Chaka, nobody is trying to erase you. Not intentionally, maybe, Chaka said, but it happens anyway. It happens when you focus on the past instead of the present. It happens when you treat someone like a monument instead of a living, breathing artist. Jennifer's voice cracked slightly. I am being real. This is as real as I know how to be. Then maybe that's the problem, Chaka said, and the words hung in the air like a weight. Maybe you don't know how to be real with someone like me. The audience was completely silent now. Jennifer's producer had moved closer to the stage, but Jennifer waved him off again. I don't accept that, Jennifer said, her voice stronger. I don't accept that trying to honor you is the same as dismissing you. And I definitely don't accept that I'm part of your erasure when I'm literally giving you a platform right now. Chaka's laugh was bitter. A platform? You think this is a gift you're giving me? Jennifer, I've been on stages around the world for 50 years. I don't need your platform. Jennifer's jaw tightened. That's not fair, and you know it. Fair. Chaka's voice rose. You want to talk about fair? Is it fair that I've sold millions of records, and I still have to fight for relevance? Is it fair that artists half my age, with half my talent, get more airplay than I do right now? I'm listening, Jennifer insisted, her voice breaking slightly. I've been listening this whole time. No, Chaka said firmly. You've been hearing. There's a difference. Listening means you actually absorb what's being said. Hearing is just waiting for your turn to respond. Jennifer's hands clenched at her sides. You don't get to tell me what I'm doing. You don't get to invalidate my experience of this conversation. And there it is, Chaka said, pointing at her. The second you feel challenged, you make it about yourself. You make it about your experience, your feelings, your intentions. But this was never about you, Jennifer. Jennifer's eyes flashed with anger now. Then maybe you shouldn't have come on my show. Maybe you should have stayed home if you knew you were going to feel this way. Chaka's expression hardened. I came here hoping for something different. I came here thinking maybe someone from your generation would actually get it. But I was wrong. You didn't give me a chance, Jennifer said, her voice shaking. You came in here with your mind already made up. You wanted a fight, and you got one. I wanted honesty, Chaka corrected. I wanted someone to sit across from me and talk to me like an equal, not like some revered elder who needs to be handled with kid gloves. Instead, I got a polished, rehearsed interview that felt more like an obituary than a dialogue. Jennifer's face flushed red. How dare you? How dare you come on my show and insult everything I've built here? I wanted you to challenge me, Chaka said, her voice intense. I wanted you to ask me hard questions. I wanted you to treat me like someone who can handle a real conversation instead of someone who needs to be protected from reality. Jennifer threw her hands up. I tried to go deeper. You shut me down every time. Every question I asked, you found fault with. So don't stand there and act like I didn't try. Trying isn't enough, Chaka said coldly. Results are what matter. And the result is that I'm standing here feeling more invisible than I did when I walked in. That's on you. The words hit Jennifer visibly. Her eyes welled up, just slightly, but she blinked the tears back. You know what? Jennifer said, her voice low and controlled. Maybe you're right. Maybe I didn't give you what you needed. But you didn't give me anything either. You came in here defensive, angry, ready to tear down whatever I offered. So if this interview is a failure, we both own that. Chaka stared at her for a long moment. You're right about one thing. We both own this. But the difference is, I'm willing to walk away from it. Are you? Jennifer's breath caught. What does that mean? It means I'm done, Chaka said, her voice quiet but absolute. I'm done trying to make you understand something you're not ready to hear. She turned toward the wings of the stage, and Jennifer's voice rang out, desperate now. Chaka, please don't leave like this. Chaka stopped, but didn't turn around. Why not? Give me one good reason to stay. Jennifer's mind raced. Because walking away doesn't solve anything. Because we're both better than this. Chaka turned her head slightly, just enough to look at Jennifer over her shoulder. Are we? Because from where I'm standing, this is exactly who we are. You're the rising star who thinks respect is enough, and I'm the legend who's tired of being respected from a distance. But it could change, Jennifer said, taking a step forward, if we both actually listen. I've been understanding people like you my whole career, Chaka said, her voice weary now. I've been making space for younger artists, celebrating their success. And you know what I get in return? Nostalgia performances and legacy awards. Tributes instead of collaborations. What do you want? Jennifer asked, real desperation in her voice. Tell me what you actually want. Chaka finally turned fully to face her again. I want you to see that I'm still here. Not was here. Not used to be here. Am here. Right now, today. Still creating, still performing, still mattering. Then let me, Jennifer said, her voice breaking. Let me ask you about your new work. Let me talk about what you're doing now. Chaka shook her head slowly. It's too late for that. The moment's gone. You can't rewind and start over just because you finally understand what I needed. But we can move forward, Jennifer pressed. No, Chaka said firmly. We can't, because this isn't about building something. This is about recognizing what's already broken. And the truth is, Jennifer, you can't fix this. Jennifer's shoulders sagged. So that's it. You're just going to walk away and leave it like this. I'm going to leave with my dignity intact, Chaka said. I'm going to leave knowing I spoke my truth, even if it made people uncomfortable. She started walking again, her heels clicking against the stage floor. The audience sat frozen, unsure what they were witnessing. Jennifer stood there, watching her go. Chaka, Jennifer called out one more time, her voice small now. I'm sorry. Chaka paused at the edge of the stage, her back to everyone. For a moment, it seemed like she might turn around, might say something, but she didn't. She just stood there for 3 long seconds, then walked off into the wings. The studio erupted into chaos. Producers rushed onto the stage. The audience didn't know whether to applaud or stay silent. Jennifer stood there, her chest rising and falling with emotion, her eyes fixed on the spot where Chaka had disappeared. Her makeup was smudged slightly from the tears she'd tried to hold back. We're going to take a break, she said finally, her voice barely steady. But everyone knew they wouldn't be. The cameras kept rolling for a few seconds longer, catching Jennifer's face as the reality settled over her. She looked devastated. She looked angry. She looked like someone who had just learned a lesson she didn't want to learn. And somewhere backstage, Chaka Khan was taking off her microphone, gathering her things, and walking out of the building. No goodbyes, no explanations, just gone. The interview that was supposed to be a celebration had become a confrontation. The conversation that was meant to honor a legend had exposed the deep rifts between generations, and neither woman walked away victorious. So, what do you think? Was Chaka Khan right to walk off the show, or did Jennifer Hudson deserve a chance to make it right? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe for more breakdowns of the moments that have everyone talking. What would you have done if you were in Jennifer's position?